my equations, I'm addressing these 7 marks because I think this 7 marks is carrying your future. Is the one that makes people to fail most of the times. Once you lose these 7 marks, you also lose these 2 marks. It means you have lost 9 marks, and I'm not sure if you're gonna get all these 4 marks. So like, it's very important for us to orchestrate these equations. Okay, there is an interesting statement that we have to look at here. You see, they say upon release, block A starts to accelerate upwards. This is the first step. So you know now that the acceleration is upwards, and then block B accelerates down to the smooth slope of, it means now this thing is going down like this. So now we have an understanding that the leading force is up, and the leading force here is down. So let us just like draw all the forces that influences the motion. We realize that since the object is going down, it means there is a force always that acts downwards. This is the force that makes people to fail, mg sine theta. It's called weight parallel. Its formula is mg sine theta. This force is always available for any object on an incline. This thing is always available. They don't tell you more about this thing, but it really gonna change your life. So you already seen that the motion is going downwards because of that statement, and here it's going upwards. They already told you. And when the motion of this object is going downwards, it means the friction is opposing motion all the time. If the motion of the object is going down, here is the friction. It's supposed to project upwards. So it's parallel to the plane. I'm sorry for the drawing. So but we came to establish this thing. We remember that gravity and the normal force, it doesn't influence the motion at this point. Okay, we are done with the 3 forces in B. Okay, the other force is the tension force. Now it's going upwards because this object A is pulling the object B upwards, just like this. So I hope we are clear with these 3 forces. So let's come and discuss A. So A now, the leading force is this tension T. By the way, this tension before the pulley is the same tension after the pulley. They are equal in magnitude, maybe opposite in direction. So here with A, there is always this weight, it's acting downwards. So for A, you have 2 forces. So let's talk about it. So this is how you establish equations for A, so that you don't get surprised when we are solving it. Where did you take these things from? F net is equal to ma. You establish Newton second law of motion. So this is it now. You look at the leading force is the force in the direction of the motion. It's the first force that you write. Since it's going up, it's the tension that's going up. So you start with it. Tension T is in the direction of the motion. So you can see where it is acting downwards all the time. So you don't say minus here, you add the force, the sum of the force, but you then dictate that it's plus negative weight first. Don't jump to say T minus W. You will miss that mark. So MA, the mass times acceleration. So the third step is the time when you can say T minus W is equal to MA. This is your equation 1 for block A. Block A. Just to enlighten you before watching the video where we are solving, let's establish B now. Which force is in the direction of the motion? The block is going down. The leading force will be this one. Is the first force that you will write. So let's establish second law of Newton. We say F net is equal to ma. So the leading force now will be weight parallel, and then you say plus. You add the forces, but then when you add the forces, since the positive side is the direction of the motion, these 2 forces will be negative because they are acting opposing the motion, and the motion of the system is going down. If tension and friction are going up, so they have to be negative, and then you say minus 10, and you say plus negative kinetic friction, which is F subscript, and then ma. That's why you end up having a situation like weight parallel minus T minus Fk is equal to 18a. So like I felt like there is a need for me to explain to people how do we end up having things like this, because most of the times like people they rush to the marking guide and then they get confused. How did they put the negatives? And I just like felt the need that I should do this before solving it, so that like you don't act surprised when you see me throwing negatives and positives, and then you end up confused. How did I come to such conclusion? So I hope this will actually benefit a lot of people and